I'm just thinking of like, fuck the like mildly better battery life. I'll just get the Intel one for 700. That'll be probably better.
Probably.
At least it'll be 700. That's what I'm
I feel
thinking
so
about,
much
basically.
better.
Did you take a
I feel
spit?
so
You
clean.
take a shit?
No.
I
Take a
just,
shower.
I'm streaming, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Just making sure.
Oh my god, famous Twitch streamer.
Holy moly.
Not on Twitch.
On YouTube?
Oh my god, famous kick streamer.
YouTube.
YouTube. Ain't no way, but I'm on the YouTube. I don't see.
It's
I
it's Kovaaks channel. Oh what?
You don't tell me there's Kovaaks. What the fuck? Hmm. Hmm. This is. How could you? How could you, Mister? How could you? Ah. Ah. Mm.
Yeah, I'm kind of cool.
You're kinda cool.
Oh, there you go.
You think you're kinda cool? Hmm.
I know I am.
Yeah.
mate.
Hey, no way! Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Oh, is this Can't say that. Oh, Kero Kovaaks. He is live. Kovaaks day 15.
Yeah,
I
I
heard
missed a
myself.
lot of days because of I had a lot of stuff to do.
Oh my god. One person. I love the YouTube. Ah.
Thanks.
Who doesn't love the YouTube?
Yo, Kiro,
Yeah,
we gotta play Melee soon.
I'm down.
Do you have a controller to play with?
Yeah,
Dope.
I've got
Damn.
GameCube.
Is Melee
nice.
free?
You have like an adapter and everything?
Yeah, I've got an adapter. I can plug on whenever.
Damn, you're about it, bruh.
I'm not good though. I play Pikachu, so.
I'm not good either, so.
Sorry.
Although on Ultimate, I play who do I call it? I play Bowser on Ultimate.
Oh, nice. That King DDD?
Huh? Just Bowser.
Just Bowser. Are you hustling me? Actually, I don't even know what the tier list is like on Ultimate.
I'm pretty sure Bowser is mid. But what I've done with that was I got pretty high rank, like a decent rank, not high, but like a decent rank for me.
Yeah.
And just like with Bowser, while everyone's like try hard and is like
The top
the other
tier
characters, bro. I'm like,
yeah, they basically like in the rest of the games and stuff, everything that's like good about Melee they kind of took out of the game. So like, if you
Yeah.
play Ultimate, you kind of have to play it completely different. And so every single time I play Ultimate, I try to play like it's Melee, and I'm like, why am I doing this? It's not Melee. I don't know why I'm trying to play like it's Melee. 'Cause, like Falco is nothing like Falco in Melee. Fox is nothing like Fox in Melee. Marth is like, I guess he's like a sword character, but so much weaker, which is probably a good thing. But yeah. But I do want to play some Melee soon. I just can't play on like Slippy and stuff because like everyone's like really fucking good. you
Yeah.
run into like the occasional like player that's around your skill level, but then everybody else is just like that's all they fucking play is melee. So it's like, yeah, just not a good game for them, not a good game for me. What's up? Did anyone say anything? Or is it my video? I think it's my video.
Shadow.
Shadow.
That was bad.
Yeah, man.
Okay, I'm like flicking too fast. Okay, bit slower on the times, or faster, sorry.
Holy moly. Ooh, that's a really bad matchup.
I need to get new glasses as well.
Yeah.
Because they keep annoying me about it, like, you need to come for your free eye test. Like, what are you doing?
Fuck off, my eyes are fine. I bet you would want to test my eyes.
Yeah, you want
Creepy
to
doctors.
test these eyes, you weirdo.
Uh,
I feel like you just want to see them. Because I'm so handsome.
You know how I was like, oh, why don't they just like 3D print glasses, like the frames, and then you can like customize them and then just like pay for the glass?
Yeah, I think I seen that on Google not long ago as an ad.
Yeah, no, I looked it up, and there's definitely a couple companies that are doing it, but they cost the exact same amount, if not more. So it's like, what the fuck is the point? I guess like the customization or whatever. But
Yeah.
so my friend, he or she works at like a eye place, and they know a lot about eye stuff and glasses and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So I asked her, I'm like, how is this idea? Because like in my head, it's like, why aren't people just doing this all the time? Because like it just seems like free money, you know, and it's cheaper for the customer, so might as well.
Yeah.
At least I think it would be. I don't know. And she was like, yeah, no, there's a lot of issues with that idea. And she like went like issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, issue 5. Just like totally destroyed the idea.
Damn.
I forgot all what she said, but there's like a lot of like issues with it, unfortunately. I'm sure like the companies that are doing it now know what they're
Switch
doing, but
media. Whether you're familiar with the term
if
or
I
not,
just wanted to start
if you
doing
grew up
it,
in
yeah,
the
no
golden
fucking
age of the
problem.
internet, then chances are you've
Yeah.
fallen victim to it more than once. It's that classic trick of a link, video or website, promising one thing, and then delivering something else
I wonder
entirely.
when 3D
Usually
printing
something
is going to
annoying,
be like
disgusting, disturbing, or
actually
even
really
virus
good.
infested. To give some examples,
So I remember
on the
when it
lighter end of the
first,
spectrum,
like, was
we're
starting
talking
to
things
become a
like
thing.
rickrolling. The next
3D
tier
printing
would
was
be
like
those seemingly innocent
pretty
videos
fucking
and flash
bad.
games
They
that
were like
gave us all
stupid
our first heart
expensive
attack.
to
The
get
KV
into.
commercials, or the Mace game, for
Material was really
instance.
expensive.
The next level
There's
above
tons
that
of
would be the
issues with like
so-called unholy
stabilization
trinity
and
of
like
the internet.
heat and
Goodsey, Tub
the
Gold, and Lemon
nozzles
Party.
and
Yeah.
tons
At
and
the
tons of
very top of
issues.
that
And you
totem
kind
pole
of still have
ability
that. Like basically
were
to get into 3D
websites
printing,
like
it's like
womensalliance.xyz.
still a pain in the ass unless you buy like a bamboo, but then
Created in
probably
October
still gonna run
2020
into issues.
by notorious
And it's
internet
slow as
sadist
fuck.
Obok
Like I
Miko.
wonder when it's actually gonna get like
Womensalliance.xyz
really fucking
disguised
good.
itself as a feminist
It's already
blogging
like pretty
community
good for like
with a landing
enthusiasts
page
and
which
like,
read as follows.
people who make stuff, but
This website contains
like the
stories of
everyday
female
person.
empowerment.
Yeah.
Some of these stories may upset
Wonder
or
when
offend
I
Since
seen
it's
a
fast.
3D printing
This site is
place when I
unsuitable
was
for
out on a
children.
drive not long ago.
The moment
Yeah,
users entered the site,
it's a really good
their
business.
screens would forcibly switch to full screen mode.
And I was like, I kind of want to go
was a
there and just
grotesque
ask them
video
to like
montage of women being
3D
tortured,
print a mouse like a
mutilated,
computer ultra for
injected
me.
with various diseases,
yeah, I'm probably gonna
and
do that
literally
soon.
slaughtered.
I need a
And some of the most
print a
graphic
bottom
scenes,
for Cape
maggots
Town
could be seen
with
crawling out
the
of their
Viper
orifices.
V2.
All while Roy
So I
Orbison's
can have
"Oh
that
Pretty Woman"
project done.
rang out on full
But I've
blast
just
in the
been
background.
pushing it off because I
A
don't want
song
to
no
spend money
doubt
on it.
chosen to mock the victims featured in the clips. Any attempt to leave the site would only reset the full screen function, and pressing any key on the keyboard would trigger a fake prompt asking if the user really wanted to leave the site. Clicking OK would result in a barrage of alert boxes containing misogynistic threats backed by high-pitched static. I've even read reports that the site automatically turned each visitor's computer volume up to max.
There's
I'm not
a
actually sure if
place
that's possible for
here
websites
called
to
the
do these
Printed
days.
People,
Still, if it did,
and it's really
then
cool.
RIP
It's
to all
like
the headphone
so
users,
part of
I
their
guess.
business is 3D printing,
Though not as popular as Obok's
and the other part of their
site,
business
Kekla,
is their
which
game
honestly
store,
could
like
be
a
its
board
own
game
entry in the
store.
future video.
But,
Womensalliance.xyz
like, you can-
still garnered
I
plenty
think
of
you can
traffic
buy
through word
games,
of
but
mouth,
like their selection's not
particularly on
that huge.
Discord
But
servers,
the
where
main
modded
reason you
pranksters
go there is you
spam
pay like a
and
membership,
baited many unsuspecting
and basically you
victims.
can go there and they have a
In
bazillion
Obok's
board
words,
games,
he
like any
created
board game that you can think of pretty much,
womensalliance.xyz due to the lack
and you
of
just
shop
pick one
sites
out
in the
and you
modern
can play
internet
it
era.
for free, like
He's since
well, like
defended his
with the
screenshot,
membership.
saying he gave all of his visitors
So-
a chance to turn back
And they have like a whole
before
soda
clicking
machine
enter,
there, so you get
and that although
unlimited
he could
soda
have
while while you're
infected
there
their
too.
devices with malware.
Which is like,
He
you
chose
know,
not to.
not that great, but like it's a
Most who
a
fell for
plus,
his
you know.
trap are understandably
You
less
want to
than
pay for
forgiving,
drinks.
given that many of those video clips remain
And
seared
it works
into
really
their
well
minds to
because
this
like,
day.
so I'm a big fan of the board game
Announced that
called Settlers
XYZ
of
has
Catan,
since been taken down.
and
Yeah.
basically
No
they
archive links
have
to
like
it
this
do still
product
exist.
that they
I
3D
strongly
print,
advise you
and
don't
they're
go
like
searching
3D
for them.
game tiles.
Trust
So instead
me,
of just playing with
some
flat
things
cardboard
are better
pieces, you
left
have like
unseen.
these 3D printed like for like planes. They have like fucking hills and stuff. Like for the ocean tiles, they're like actual water, like, and it's like it has waves and stuff. It's really cool. Eventually, I'll get a full board, but that's just hella expensive. But yeah, it works really well because you know miniatures and stuff.
It was the 16th
for
of
like
January,
Warhammer
Yeah.
2022,
You can like 3D
and
print
family
them.
man Hubert Washam had just left his Alabama home
Good,
to grab a
good
bite to
business
eat.
idea that they have.
It had been a perfectly
And the
normal
people I
day up
was
until that.
talking to
With
make my
Hubert having
mouse,
spent most of it at his 8
they
mile
actually
residence
know
with his
the
family.
guys that work at Print and
But
Meeple,
no
and
more
like their
than
friends
20
and
minutes
stuff.
after stepping out of his
Oh.
front door, Hubert received a
that's
frantic
sick.
call from his autistic son,
There's a
Desmond.
little community there.
Dad, Damien killed
See,
Bonnie."
I'm fucking.
Hubert's heart
I've never really
immediately
played
sank.
board games because I don't have any
Damien
friends.
was
so-
Hubert's younger son, a
You wanna play with your
23-year-old
family?
man who, in recent weeks, had begun acting
They don't
unusually,
play.
ranting about reptilian overlords,
Get 'em to play
preaching
one
about
day.
the Egyptian underworld, staring at the sun to absorb
You wanna
its
know
energy,
a good board
and sending
game?
links to his sisters
So,
in an attempt to
how you
convince
get
them
your
of his newfound
family
beliefs.
and friends into board games?
It was then that Hubert remembered
Is
an
you
item
start off
that
with like a
Damien had
party
recently
game,
purchased.
like Cards
A
Against
samurai
Humanity
sword.
or something, or Apples to
In a
Apples
state
if
of
they're
pure
like super
panic,
PC.
Hubert rushed back to the small family home and found his wife.
And
of
then you
30
kind of like
years,
ramp it up
Helen
until
Nichols
you get
Washam,
into like things like
unresponsive on the
Settlers of
floor.
Catan and
There were
Risk and
19
shit like
slashes to her
that.
head, neck, and
You would
arms.
love Risk. I don't know if you've ever played it,
Realizing
but
that she
you would
was
love
already
it.
gone, Hubert then ran
Oh,
upstairs
it
to check
rings
on
a
the rest of his
bell.
family.
We
Like
played it
the-
on
His other son,
Steam.
Desmond, had
Yeah, it's
been
like a war
lacerated,
game.
and his brother.
Oh yeah, wait, I'm good
was
at that
missing
game.
half of his face.
Yeah.
Both were thankfully
I don't
still
think I've ever
alive,
lost a game.
and they explained how Damien had attacked them with a katana
We'll have to play
before
sometime.
fleeing to an
When we have
abandoned
like
house
6 hours
nearby.
to spare.
I'm banned though.
After the police were alerted to his
Why?
location, Damien took off in his 2000
Wait, did I get
Honda,
banned?
sword in
He's
hand, and led deputies on a chase.
banned
heading
from
when
playing
spike
with
strips
me
immobilized his
because
vehicle.
Oh,
He got
I,
mad
was
that I
swiftly
beat him
apprehended
and he
and
reported
charged with
me
his
and
mother's
it
death,
blocked
but was
me.
later found not guilty by reason of insanity.
And so
Up until
now
that
I
point,
can't
Damien
show
had
up on
no
his
prior
friends
run-ins with the
list.
law, and his social
'Cause,
media
like,
pages
you can't
showed no signs
unblock
of him
people.
losing his grip on reality.
We can play Settlers of Catan.
Those who
It's like
knew
not a
him
very.
spoke of
It's
how
like
normal
it's really
and
cool
well-adjusted he
because.
was.
Oh, hold on.
But
I
according
don't
to his
put my
father,
headset.
between
Wait,
4 and 6 weeks
wait.
before the tragedy unfolded,
Settlers of
fallen down
Catan
a
is
dark
like
rabbit
a.
hole,
It's
having
super
apparently
easy
been
to learn.
brainwashed by a
Like really
mysterious
simple,
online group
but like
that he had encountered in a call of
it
duty.
has like complexity to it. Like the better you get at
It
the game,
started listening to some crazy group of people,
yeah.
like a cult
like you
or
can make your
something,
own strategies
Hubert
and
told
stuff.
the media.
And you can play for free
But
online.
never had any problems out of him. And
what
then
was
all of a
it?
sudden, he started acting paranoid.
No, not that one. They have like
A
their
year and a
official.
half
Yeah, it's
before
called
Damien took his
Colonist.
mother's life, a channel called the
It's really fun. I
University
don't know
of
why I've
Cosmic
never
Intelligence
suggested this.
began
It's
uploading
such a good
videos to
game.
YouTube. The man behind the account was Rashad Jamal White, an Atlanta-based rapper with
Oh.
convictions for battery,
It's really
strangulation,
fun.
and suffocation.
I wish there was like a
He'd also previously been charged in
fast
connection
game
with a
mode
murder,
though.
but wasn't convicted. By late 2020, Rashad
like-
had turned over.
It
new
is a
leaf
you know
and
like most
decided
board games,
that
it's a
rather
bit of
than
a
take
time
from
sink.
society, he was going to
Yeah.
get back to it.
I mean, most of them are.
And what he had to offer was his.
Yeah, I don't know if you're looking at the website, Drew,
Going by
but
his new age name,
basically like all those tiles with numbers on them.
used his platform
You put like
to
a little
wax
house on them,
about mysticism and
and
conspiracy
then
theories.
whenever
One
you
in
so
his
you roll the
role was of
dice,
government
you roll
plots
2
to
die
control them.
every single time.
Among other
every
things,
turn.
Rashad
And
alleges
if
that
whoever
NBA
has
players are
like
synthetic
so if it rolls a
robots,
6,
that
whoever has a
rainbows are
settlement
stargates
on
to
a
alternate dimensions,
tile that has the number
that
6
human
on it,
bodies are avatars injected
it's
with a
that
nanobot
resource.
technology
So in
at
that
birth,
case, it's clay,
Oh.
that birds are actually
sheep,
drones used to
wood,
spy on citizens,
ore, and wheat.
that the Mississippi River is actually
And
the
then,
Nile, that ancient Egyptian
basically,
gods were actually
you
aliens
can't be, like,
who once walked the earth,
2 lines.
that
You
the
have to be
sun
2
was
lines
source of
away
all
from all the
human energy,
settlements.
and that clouds
So like
are
if someone
government
has
rules used to
one
block
on the
its
top
power,
corner,
keeping people weak
you
and
have to be
weak.
2 lines away
The crux
from
of
them at
Rashad's
all times.
philosophy,
You can't
however,
like
hinges on
be
race.
1 line away from them.
Specifically,
And you connect all your
Black
settlements
Caucasians are
with
shape-shifting
roads.
reptilians, while Black and Latino people are spiritually enlightened gods and
and,
goddesses chosen by
Like
divine
to move around the
forces.
board and collect more resources and
Whilst
stuff.
he's preached about how their blue-skinned ancestors had once
And then basically
wielded
every
immense
settlement's
spiritual
worth
power
1 victory point,
before,
and there's like
quote,
other things that are worth
losing
victory
their
points and stuff,
frequency
and
and
whoever
being
gets to 10
subjugated.
victory points first wins. But my
Despite
favorite
being as
part
convincing as a
about this
Zuckerberg
game
smile,
that you don't
the
see a lot
teachings of
in board
cosmic
games
intelligence
is you
struck
can
a chord
trade
with many
resources with people.
particularly the
So
disenfranchised.
you can like offer like, oh, I'll give you like,
marginalized,
if
frankly,
wheat is like
gullible.
really popular, right? You might
so
have
many
to
people in
give
the
away
modern era
2
lacking
wheat
a
for
sense
one
of
of the
meaning and
resources you
purpose in
need.
life,
So there's like an
Rashad was
economy
able
for
to
every
amass a
game,
worryingly
which
large
is really
fan
fun.
base. With over
pretty
200,000
cool.
people subscribing
Yeah.
to his YouTube
Can you
channel,
play online, bro?
150,000 to
Yeah,
his TikTok,
I linked
and
the
105,000 to his
free
Instagram
free
page.
version of it that we can play. It's like a
Visiting the
alternative.
group's website, Rashad
It's the same
claims to have
shit.
founded
It's the
his
exact same
online
game.
university
I think they
to
maybe
enlighten
change
and
like one or
illuminate the
two
minds
things,
of
but
carbonated beings.
you can play
If
for
we
free.
look a
Yeah.
little deeper beneath the surface,
We should definitely
it
play
becomes
sometime.
quite
It's like one of my favorite
apparent
games
that cosmic
ever.
intelligence is
Okay.
just like
Like,
every other cult.
Whenever
In
we
other words,
are just looking for
a
something to
get-rich-quick
do, we're not like
scheme
actively playing a game.
masquerading as a spiritual movement. The guru's most
I would say like
arcane
with
is
4
predictably
players,
locked
the
behind a
game can
paywall.
last anywhere from like
If you want access to Rashad's daily live
an
lectures, for
hour
example, then you'll
to,
need to purchase one of
I
his
mean,
universities.
if it's a super cursed game, like it's very rare that this happens, but like I've been in games that lasted like 3 hours, but it's not common at all. That's only if you have like the sweaty tryhards that play all the time and stuff.
You
Even
know,
then, it's like
my
yeah.
family mainly play like Monopoly and like you know the murder mystery game. You have to figure out who the murderer is.
Clue.
Yeah,
Clue.
Cluedo.
Yeah.
Or
Clue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, those are great games. Just like to get into board games and stuff, because like they're pretty simple, straight to the point, and everyone can pick it up pretty fast. Except for Monopoly. Monopoly's kind of overly complicated by design.
Yeah, I've always played it since I was a kid. I
I
always
fucking
buy the
hate
train
Monopoly.
stations, and
Hell yeah.
if I can get blue side, I get blue side. If I can't, I get green.
I have no strategy for that game. The only thing that I do is try not to like get mad
very
and have people
reasonably
get mad at me.
priced, so
And
Yeah,
it's
just, like,
everyone
packages.
just gets mad and
But why
quit
waste your
like
time with the
before the
gold and
game's
blue
over.
packages?
yeah,
Or
because
even
they
go
last
straight
way
to
too
violent?
long. The game
As he's keen
lasts
to tell
forever.
you, it's the bestseller, the cheapest.
That's the nice thing about Settlers of
and a
Catan.
money
There's like a
saver.
pretty like
For the low price
most
of
games, like people, there's gonna be like one guy who's like ahead, and
you
then
not only get a year's access to live
I mean,
lectures,
the
but
only
also
problem with
all
Settlers of
sorts of
Catan, like
exciting
the only
goodies,
reason you get like
like a
super long
9%
games, like
coupon off
Monopoly
Rashad's merch
long
store.
games,
After
is
all,
if
who
everybody's
wouldn't
just
wanna buy
getting
one of these
super unlucky
amazing
on the rolls.
artifacts?
Like
Especially
literally
with such an
everybody has to
attractive
get
refund
unlucky
policy.
for it to be like a 3-hour game.
Despite being an obvious scam, the
Yeah,
University
it's, like,
of
very
Cosmic
uncommon.
Intelligence is
It's usually like
subscribed
an hour and a half,
has
hour to an
continued
hour and a
grow.
half.
Rashad's followers
The
are
usual,
simply
the usual
fans,
game
though.
times.
Many are disciples, devout believers who refer to him as God and spend thousands of dollars to finance his
But
lifestyle.
this game is
For
expensive.
example,
Like to buy the
after
actual
slaying his
board
mother,
game.
Damien Washington
Yeah, I've seen
reportedly
it,
spent $5,000 on crystals from his merch
Because my
store.
family used to be super into like
But just as his
games, so we'd
popularity and bank balance
look
began
at the
to
board game
skyrocket,
section and stuff.
Rashad
And,
was
like,
arrested yet
I
again.
always seen it, but
This
we never
time,
bought
for
it.
essaying
'Cause
the
it's too
charge
expensive,
of his
yeah.
ex-girlfriend.
But it's
Darshell
so worth
Smith.
it. It's such a good game.
And
Convicted in
the box
2023
looks
when a
so
Georgia judge handed him an 18-year prison sentence
Like
with an
Lynch?
additional 22
like
years
unappealing.
probation.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
For some,
old
this
timey.
marked
I
the
don't
end
know.
of their faith in him.
yeah, but it's
For
really
others, It
solid.
only cemented
It's like
their
I think the best
An
thing
online
about it
petition
is
titled
it's just very
Justice for Rashad
replayable.
Jamal quickly gathered
Because like
thousands
most
of
board games
signatures,
kind of go
with
like
his followers
one or
stating
two
that the
ways.
legal case against him was a
But Settlers of
deliberate
Catan,
effort
there's a
to
lot of
suppress his
variability to
spiritual
it,
power.
especially if you mix up like the numbers on the
Two men who signed
tiles.
the petition were Yasmin Hyder
So like
and
each
Crystal
map is
Painters,
different, and like
an
you have a
unlikely
different
duo who
strategy.
had met through
And
cosmic intelligence.
there's also like multiple
After
ways
becoming
to win
members,
the game.
Yasmin,
So,
then 20, was
You
a
can just
former
build a
college
bunch of
student in
settlements,
Oklahoma,
but
and Crystal,
there's something called the
36,
longest road.
was certified
So the
healthy
first
in
one
Tennessee.
who connects
Both came from
5
tight-knit
roads
families who
together
described them as ordinary and
gets
well-adjusted
the
women.
longest road card,
That
and that
is,
gives you
before
2
they began
victory
engaging
points.
with
So
cosmic
you like
intelligence
accelerate
posts
the
on social
chances that you
media
win,
sites.
right?
By August 2023,
And
the pair had seemingly
basically,
abandoned
if
their
someone
past
passes you
lives
in your
and
road
took to
count,
traveling
then
around
they
the
get the
country
longest
together,
road, right?
living off
Like whoever
grid
has the
on
longest
makeshift
road gets it,
campsites
but it
as
starts
per
at 5.
Rashad's teachings, free from
Minimum of
government
5.
surveillance.
There's also like
and
largest
isolated
army.
from their support
So if you get
networks.
3 night cards from the
On August
deployment,
14th of that same year, the duo found
what
themselves
are they called?
completely out of money, having given most
development
of what they
cards,
had to
yeah.
Rashad.
So you can get like development
But that
cards.
mattered not, for as
You have
he
to spend
told me,
resources to
the
get
laws of
development
the
cards.
US don't apply to them.
But you
And
can
so
get
they
like
could
victory
simply
points
take
from the
whatever they
development
wanted.
cards. You can
As
get
such,
like
Yasmin
things where you can
Crystal formulated
there's a
a plan.
monopoly card where you basically
that
just
would
call
have
out a
direct
resource and
consequences.
everybody has to give you all of their resource that you call out.
That afternoon,
But then there's also
Michaela Isla
night
Paulus
cards.
and her boyfriend, Adam Simji.
And
Both
when you get
students at the
3 night
University of
cards, you get the
Central
largest
Florida,
army, which
which-
is 2 victory points. And then if someone surpasses you, obviously you pass the card over to them. So like,
Yeah.
there's multiple different strategies you can use to win the game, which is really cool.
You want to know how I win in chess?
Mm.
Flip the board over.
I mean, you're a loser.
No, I'm a gamer, dude.
Yeah.
Nah,
What was your rating? Did you ever get rated? Like, did you ever play for rating?
I think like 900.
Yeah, so you're much better than I am.
Well, let me check.
Dude, they had these like board games that came out like Monopoly, but it's like based off of wherever you live. Have you seen those?
No, that sounds cool though.
So the one we have is called Stocktonopoly.
Wait, they have Stockton?
Yeah.
What are
And,
the chances? That's funny.
So everywhere is like different places here and stuff.
That's
I'm
cool.
like, it's kind of cool.
The 5 locations.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy the Capitol building, or not the Capitol, but the courthouse here.
So
There was this Monopoly game. It was really weird. So, like, you know how everybody cheats at Monopoly? Like, there's always one person in your group that's cheating.
yeah.
So it was a Monopoly based around cheating. So, like, you got like bonus stuff for cheating if you got away with it. But if someone
Oh,
catches you, you get like penalized, obviously.
that's cool.
Yeah, and then I remember when I was a kid, my mom had this one Monopoly that I was like obsessed with. Cause when you're a kid, you like really want a debit card for some reason. Like, I don't know why every kid wants to have their own like card and money and stuff. They just want to like roleplay as adults.
Oh yeah. That
I,
reminds me of the Monopoly with the cards, with the like credit card.
Yeah, it's just like the one that you can swipe.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
And you like type in the money and whatever.
Yeah. And then
my highest was 776.
Oh, okay, so you are better than me. I think my highest was like 600, but I lost the account, so who fucking knows? I honestly have no idea. I'm probably more like 300, 400 right now. I'm not very good at chess.
Are you guys seen this game? My little cousin got it for Christmas and we were all playing. It's so gross. It's
What is
called
that?
like Watch Your Mouth or something like that. And you have to like look at it. Wait.
Driving
let
through
me find it.
Talladega National Forest.
So it's
A
like
final getaway
those like
before the start
things
of the
that you
fall
wear like at
semester.
the fucking dentist or
As they
something.
made their way along a particularly
And then
quiet
you're trying
stretch
to
of
like
road,
talk.
they came upon a
It's
young
so
woman,
gross.
flagging them down.
Oh
for
yeah, I
assistance.
know what you're on about.
That woman was Yasmin Hyder. Posing as a stranded motorist,
You know
Yasmin asked the young couple
Operation?
for help, jump-starting her
Yeah.
vehicle.
That's fun.
Adam and Michaela decided to be good Samaritans and spent an hour trying to get Yasmin's car started. Searching for YouTube
But how do you see your
tutorials,
peak? 'Cause
and
I
even
found my
calling
old
Adam's
account.
mechanic father to figure out
It's
a
on the
possible
right,
solution.
like highest.
After checking
Oh,
the
is that the
coast was
highest?
clear, Yasmin pulled a
Oh,
father from
highest,
the
yeah, it's
unsuspecting
575, so like
and
close to
demanded
600.
that they hand over their keys, cell phones, and bank
Right,
cards.
my old account. I don't even know if I can
Trouble.
log into this
Michaela
account.
and Adam complied. But when Yasmin ordered them to walk into the woods,
But
it became disturbingly
It
apparent
was
that they were about
575,
to be
but
executed.
I beat
I
Dre
had
on chess.
In an
910
effort to protect
games
his
played,
girlfriend, Adam drew his concealed
910,
firearm and fired
and then
4 shots at
500
Yasmin,
blitz
hitting
games.
her 3
Who,
times in
you?
the chest and once in the
Yeah,
leg.
because I would just play this shit
Yasmin
all the time
returned
at work.
fire, hitting Adam once in the back.
And like, I
Michaela was
didn't
a
really
nursing
I did a little
student,
bit
and
of
she
learning like
desperately
basic
tried to save
openings
Adam,
and stuff,
while
but past that I
Yasmin
just
called
kind
out to her
of
accomplice,
winged it.
Crystal,
I just
who'd
played
been
for
watching
fun.
everything from the tree line. But rather than help, Crystal abandoned her
Ew,
comrade
ew,
and
ew.
plunged deeper into the woods.
All
Sorry,
my,
kinda-
I've played like 10 chess
For another
games,
20 minutes
and
after being
all
hit.
of them I kind of just
Unfortunately, it took
winged
paramedics
it.
30 minutes to arrive at the scene, at which point Adam had succumbed to his
That's
wound.
cool.
Another life
Wait, so do
lost
you
and
share the
moments
same
of cosmic
mouthpiece?
intelligence.
No, there's like
Yasmin, on the other
Like,
hand, survived the
Okay.
10
attack
of them or
and was quick
something.
to give up
And then
her
you just like
treacherous
walk in
Then
plan.
you-
between games, but still it's kind of gross.
It's still
The
kind of
authorities
gross.
later found the 36-year-old hiding at a nearby base camp.
I was
Um,
She
like,
and Yasmin
I
had been
don't
living
really
in
want to
tents.
play this.
Crystal's
Do you guys
5-year-old
remember
child
that?
emerged
It's
from
like
one of them,
a
armed
what was
with a
it
loaded
called?
shotgun.
It's like a game with
Thankfully,
rats,
the
and then you
authorities were
have
able
like
to
a
disarm
silver
them
ball
without
that like
further
rolls
incident.
through an obstacle course or
While
something.
searching the area for evidence,
You know what I'm talking about?
officers encountered several more tents
Hold
belonging
on.
to other members.
You
of
know the
Cosmic
game where
Rats.
it's got like the 4 daisies in the middle and you
After
click
making
the
a full
button and it
recovery,
pops up?
Yasmin Hyder took a plea
Sorry?
and received a
Oh, I don't
35-year
know.
sentence for ending
Or
Adam's
no, it's
life.
not sorry.
In exchange,
Maybe it is hard,
she
I don't know.
testified against her co-conspirator.
That's a board
Crystal
game with
Inglis.
silver ball
Despite not
that
pulling the
rolls
trigger herself,
down.
Crystal was determined to have been the
I don't
mastermind
know.
behind the plot,
Oh,
and was given
wait,
a life
what's it called?
sentence. Despite cosmic intelligence now being linked to two slaves,
Mousetrap.
there
It's
was
called
nothing that
Mousetrap.
directly implicated its leader, Rashad, and as such, he faced no further
God.
legal charges.
This one was
laugh
funny.
at.
And even with
I
its leader
love
behind
this
bars,
lady.
the University of Cosmic Intelligence continues to live on,
Mm.
with all
I always
clips
wanted to
and
play
new
like a
jailhouse
game where it's
recordings
like
being
a
posted to
real.
the
It's got
group's
like a
YouTube
ton
channel,
of sites on the
uploaded by
dice.
one of Rashad's disciples. Reading through some of the
D&D?
top comments,
Yeah,
it's clear
maybe.
that he still has a zealous
Yeah, I
Oh,
know
you
this
should
game.
play Magic.
Yes.
Oh, we should play Magic the
The
Gathering.
internet has
Oh,
dramatically
listen to
expanded
it,
the
how
reach
she
and
says it.
influence of cults, making it
Oh,
easier than ever for them to attract and recruit new followers, especially when a growing number of people are now terminally online and yet desperate for connection. Through social media platforms, forums and websites, cults like Rashad can quickly disseminate their message to a global audience, often targeting vulnerable individuals seeking community or purpose.
Thank you.
Algorithms that promote echo
It's so
chambers
gross,
only
though.
amplify their influence, and those who fall prey to the
But
teachings
it
of
is,
these
like,
influencer gurus
funny.
often
It
don't
sounds like
realize
there's
the
a
dangers
wasp
they're
in
putting
my
themselves.
pussy. Did you hear that? Am I
Yeah.
crazy?
2023.
She's like,
I
in
heard
my
that.
6 members
well.
of Cosmic
Okay,
Intelligence
good.
disappeared
I'm
from
glad I'm
St.
not
Louis.
weird.
They haven't been seen
She's like,
or
"Cute."
heard from since.
It's cute. Yeah, so like, I remember when I was a kid, I used to see fucking, like, commercials for this game called Mousetrap all the time. And I begged my
While
dad
browsing the
for
internet mystery
this
site,
game. I
I
posted
stumbled upon a
shenanigans.
post asking
Yeah,
about
I
a
remember
suspicious
that.
TikTok
It
account.
was like the worst
One
board
whose
game
owner has
ever. It
uploaded
was
hundreds
so
of bizarre
boring.
videos over the
I
span of a
wanted that
year and a
game
half.
for like ever,
Looking through them, you'll quickly
Yeah.
and then
notice
I
some
finally
recurring
got it,
themes.
and I think I put
Buddhist
it like
iconography,
Once.
photos of
yeah,
anonymous
like
women,
once or
Yeah.
twice.
and ball joint dolls
Basically,
arranged
like,
in strange positions.
What I remember is
All of the
like,
videos
the
are
whole
backed by
game
surreal,
is like you
avant-garde
just building the
music
board,
created
but
by
like
the account
you
owner
can't just
himself.
build the board
But
and
the
like
most
watch the
concerning
ball
thing
go
to be found
around.
on
You have to like
are undoubtedly clips
wait.
like these.
It's super lame.
Yeah,
Videos in
I
which
used
the
to think that's how
account
it's played. I
follows
don't really
unsuspecting
remember.
women through their windows, either while their backs are turned or while they're asleep.
Oh wait, there's another game that we used to play all the time. Or not all the time, but oh sorry.
no, go ahead.
Game with power that changes the
Reddit had a
light
field day with
color.
this one,
Blue
drawing
and
comparisons
red.
between this account and Mr.
Oh
Sleepy
yeah,
Dog,
Vampire Hunter.
the ex-YouTuber
This
who
game
went around
was
licking the eyeballs
cool
of sleepy,
as
or
fuck.
more likely sedated, friends
Like,
and acquaintances.
So
Many people do seem to get a
basically-
kick out of filming unconscious
oh,
people without their knowledge or consent.
yeah, so
and then
basically,
sharing their videos
I don't
and
really
visuals
remember
for
a
other
lot of
someone
like
else
the
to
rules and
enjoy.
how to play the
And
game.
this account was
But you have like
certainly
this little
attracting some
castle
strange
thing
followers.
that has a light in it,
Others have brought
and
up the
then
possibility of this being an
it can either be
elaborate
blue or
PRG,
red, and you're supposed to like turn off the lights and stuff
the video
around you, and just have
of a
this one on.
wannabe serial killer.
And when it's red, the
Indeed,
board is
many
like
of
a
the
certain
videos are
way,
captured
and
with
then
ominous
if it's
messages,
blue, the
like,
board completely
"Need to
changes because
kill."
they do like the color trick.
However,
Yeah.
you'll notice I haven't given out the name of the account
And
holder.
dude,
And
it was so
that's
fun to
because I
play.
personally don't
I
think
don't
there's
really
any
remember
mystery
what
to
we did
solve
with
here.
it, but it was cool.
I'm confident that the man behind the account is mentally unwell, and that the women featured
We
are
play,
friends
like,
and relatives.
a lot of
Using subtle clues
like
found in
the
some of the
card
videos,
ones.
Reddit user Horseballs1998
Like
was
card
able to
ones.
pinpoint the
Phase
exact
10,
building
Uno.
where the
Oh,
account
yeah,
holder
my-
lives in.
My parents
apartment
love
complex
Face
on the
10.
outskirts
My
of
grandma's
Tampere,
really
Finland,
fucking good at
designed for
rummy.
seniors aged
Like
63 and
stupid
up.
good at rummy.
There were some videos
Oh
where the
yeah,
films
that's who
outside
taught
his
me how to
window.
play that.
You
My
can see a
grandma.
sign to a university
Yeah,
building.
it's always the
I
grandma.
don't want to dox him and say the
Yeah,
exact place.
and also my grandma was
As
so
for the
good.
senior housing, I just googled
My
this address.
grandparents
I
are,
looked
like,
at a listing for an apartment in
Gamblers,
that building.
so
You might
They
find
always put
some
money
page
down?
for this if you want to research.
no,
I don't know
not
if Google
money, but
Translate is
like
accurate.
we knew
As to
how
why
to
he's doing
play
this, my guess is Alzheimer's
like
or
every
some
kind of
sort
poker game,
disability.
blackjack, everything. Like I thought that
Perhaps
was
inspired by
normal.
this discussion on Reddit,
So-
Oh,
another user
yeah.
made a post on
When I
r/internet mysteries
started
about a
working,
similar
like,
YouTube account,
At the casino,
one which, in my
and
opinion,
during
is far
training,
more
and
sinister.
I'm like realizing
Ahmed
that
Yunus
these people
Alfian.
don't know
On October 3rd of
the
this year,
games.
user
Like they don't know how to play
2356
poker. They don't know
posted
how
the
to play
following.
blackjack. I'm like,
Weird
who the
YouTube
fuck
channel
doesn't know how to
sleeping
play
women
this?
through the door. Her
Like, I
face is
literally
Yeah,
when
no,
I
it's
was,
not
like,
common.
5 years old.
On this channel, there
Yeah.
are multiple strange videos and shorts showing a
I
woman
wish my
sleep.
parents taught me how to play like
Even
Texas
another
Hold'em when I
person
was
next
younger,
to her.
because I think Texas Hold'em was like
The man
a
seems to be
really
bumming
cool ass
through the
game,
keyhole of the
but
door.
Yeah, it
This
is.
is the only gambling game that I actually give two shits about. Blackjack can go fuck itself. All the stupid roulette things, like, yeah,
If
go
anyone
fuck
can find
itself.
further information about
Texas
this,
Hold'em has like a
or
strategy
possibly
to it,
inform
which I
local
think is really cool.
authorities, I would greatly appreciate it.
Like, my grandma legit has
As
like a
detailed by Nopay, Ramad Yunus
I remember,
is an
like, this, like,
Indonesian YouTuber with
metal
several POV
case
videos
with
on
like
his
poker
channel.
chips in it.
Ones in which he
And we,
secretly
like-
calms a sleeping couple in the dead of night. Whether
Wait,
Ramad
not
knows
for
the
like
subjects
money,
or
but
not
we
is
like
unclear,
start
though
out
the
each
title of
person
this
with like a
particular
certain
video,
amount
Dakan Kabo,
Yeah.
of
translates
chips,
to
and then we just
pervert in
play.
English. So it's safe to say that Ramad is well
Like when
aware
we were
what he's
Yeah.
doing is
small
wrong.
kids.
No money involved
Even
and
more
stuff.
worrying is that he's posted
Yeah.
other videos of this same household to his account, which appear to have been
There was
filmed on separate
one
nights,
other game
meaning
that
he's
my
repeatedly
dad and I
targeted
were
the same
super
couple
into,
on multiple
and we would have
occasions.
like his friends come over
In
and
this
we would all
instance,
play it. It's
I
like a
think the
super nerdy
connection to
game called
Mr.
Hero
Sleepy
Escape.
Ball is far more apt, given that Ramad's
So,
account definitely
basically-
revolves around somnophilia.
So in that
An
picture,
attraction to
you have
being
like these little
conscious.
tiles,
While it's unclear what drives this desire,
these
it
pentagons or
likely
whatever,
stems from a feeling
Yeah.
of control or power
and
over a
you would
vulnerable
build the
person.
map before playing.
In response to these
And
videos,
we had
the
like,
Reddit
okay, we got
community
really
quickly
into it.
mobilized to
And
track
mind you,
Ramad
this
down.
is like, you think Katana's expensive?
Looking through
This
some of
shit
his
was like
other
a whole
videos,
level.
which
We
Yeah,
spent
I-
like hundreds of
Reddit
dollars on
user
this.
Pacosa
I could
was able to
imagine
narrow
this shit
down the
looks
search.
expensive.
Based on his other
Yeah,
videos,
but
I
we
think
got
he lives
into
in
it like,
Medan,
okay, so
in
this game like
Sumatra. He
turbo
works
died.
as a
Like,
locksmith.
it did not succeed at
I
all.
tried to track down the
Which
phone
is really sad
number,
because I
and
think it's a
it
really
belongs to
cool ass
someone
game.
named Martin, maybe his boss.
But it just
It also
saturated
reveals the
market, you
address
know.
of his workplace.
You're competing with D&D and
I'll see if I
Warhammer.
can
You're
report it
just,
to the
it's really hard to,
authorities.
you know,
But since I
get
live
into
on a
the
different
scene.
Yeah.
island, the best I
And
can
it's
do
already,
is
like,
submit
pretty
the
expensive.
information to the cybercrime police department.
So with my dad, we bought like the.
They probably won't
It
take
came in
this
this
case
like box
seriously.
like this.
That was a horrible one.
Indeed, it's likely that Ramad knows he won't
Came in
face
this
any
box, and
serious
this box was
consequences,
like I think it was
seeing how
like
he's left his phone
$80
number
or
in several
something.
video titles.
It's like pretty expensive, and it was like the starter box.
Unfortunately, the internet has given rise to
And then
a
you can
growing
get like
trend of people
expansions and extensions to
exploiting
it
the
and
sleeping,
stuff, and we got a couple of those.
unsuspecting,
But then my
invulnerable.
dad noticed that the game was like
Non-consensual voyeurs have found
dying a
home
little
online
bit, and it was
where
going on
people with these
clearance.
disturbing
So what he
inclinations can
did
find communities
was he
that
bought
normalize
like
their behavior.
3 of these
In the
starter
past, individuals
boxes
with
for like
such
the same
urges
price
would have
for
likely
one.
kept them hidden, fearing
So
judgment
like 3 of them
or
were like
Oh.
$80 together because the game was just like
Online
no one
forums
was
and
buying it.
networks allow
Yeah.
them to
Very-
connect
it's a cult
anonymously
classic,
with one
basically.
another, offering
And
shadowy
so we
spaces
had
to
like
trade
all
videos
of this
and further
terrain
validate their
pieces to
actions,
work with,
to
and
the
so we
point where
made
some
we had like
didn't
a
even
big ass
bother to
dining room
hide their
table.
identities at all.
The whole thing covered the
Such people
entire
are
dining room table, and
I
it
can
had
say
like
one thing with
fucking
certainty.
mountains, like
I'll
different
be keeping
layers
my
and
cards
bridges
tightly
and
closed
shit.
at
It was
hand
really
from
fun.
now on.
They did a Marvel collab too, so I'm surprised the game like didn't. I mean, it caught on a little bit, but like I'm surprised they had a Marvel collab and like didn't like pop off. But yeah, it's a lot of fucking fun. And but something interesting that happened though, we had a bunch of HeroScape stuff,
In recent
and we
years,
ended up
an old
moving,
video
so
game has been the
we didn't have like a
subject
lot of
a
people
lot
to
of
play
online
it
attention.
with,
But
and
not because of any sense of renewed
Magic was
nostalgia,
just easier to play with
but
people that we
rather
met.
because of
So,
some research
and most people play it
childhood
anyways.
trauma.
So
Forum
we
users
just had all
across
this
the net
HeroScape
began
stuff.
discussing memories
in
of an
storage.
old arcade racer
And then
that no longer
he
seemed to
noticed
exist.
that
One which they
HeroScape
described as a cross
board game
between a
stuff,
racing sim and
like
Silent
tripled
Hill,
in price,
where the whole ambience
like
just
from the
felt
base price.
off in a way
So
that
like
was hard to put
you could
into
sell one of
words.
these starter things for
That
like
game being
not triple,
Troll
but
Drive.
like maybe like double the price.
If you've never heard of it,
So he just
don't
sold
worry,
all of it
You're far from
because
alone.
we needed money at the time.
Despite being one of the main
And he ended up
inspirations for the
making like
Burnout series,
so
Troll
much
Drive
money
has since
compared to
fallen
like
into
how much he
obscurity.
spent.
That's
Developed by
crazy.
Konami,
Yeah, because like
published in
the game
1998,
died by that
Troll
point.
Drive
Like, they
never
weren't
made it to
making it anymore,
consoles.
and so everybody was like
Isn't
looking
one
for a
known outside
bunch of like
Japan.
stuff, so they could
In
like
fact,
build their maps and
according
play
to
with
the
their friends and
Konami
stuff.
wiki,
So
all Thrill Drive arcade
I wonder what
cabinets
its
have
price
since
at now.
disappeared, and the game is believed to be
check
lost.
eBay.
Well, at
It was
least
such a
in the
fun
wild.
game though. I loved building the maps with
As its
them.
name implies, Thrill Drive was set on
HeroScape.
public roads around
Yeah.
the world, and saw players
So the
racing through
master
busy
set,
cities,
Age of
avoiding
Annihilation
civilians
is
and oncoming traffic to reach the
$100
finish line. The less damage they racked up
for like
along
the
the way,
box.
the more they would
I
be
don't know if
rewarded
that's
at
sealed
the
or
end.
not. Oh, it is
The
brand
game
new.
was set
Yeah, it's
across 3
$100
stages.
brand new.
Was said to grade players based on their
Cheaper than it
reflexes, style,
used to
and
be.
courage, and at first glance appeared to be your typical typical light-hearted racing pair, a la the Cruisin' series. That is,
Always
except for
like
the horror
the,
elements.
like
And we're not
trivia
talking
or
supernatural,
word
spooky
games,
horror,
like
but rather
categories and stuff.
unsettling,
Because
realistic
I
horror.
always like beat everyone.
According to the Konami wiki,
Yeah, I'm
Overdrive
bad
came
at
with two settings,
trivia.
mild and hard.
But I'm good at Pictionary
This
and shit.
affected both the animations and on-screen text following a
Good at
collision.
guessing stuff.
Each
Just not good
character
at
was
knowing
set to
stuff.
hard by default. So, should the player crash,
I'm
they'd
good
be
at
met
Just
with something
Dance.
like this.
Oh yeah, you are.
Let me tell you something.
I have that on my
Rasputin,
Switch.
Along with the face of the
Dude.
driver, milliseconds before.
like, you know, like, the Rasputin dance?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was so fucking good at it. On the Wii, bro. You should have seen
Or
me.
in
I would beat my sister at the game.
Ambulance sirens would blare, and the player character would
I
either
have
slump
two
dead in their
different
seat
Just
or be
Dance on
tossed
my
through their windshield, depending on the
Try
severity
hard.
of the crash.
I'm gonna kick your ass at it.
A slow motion replay would show the carnage unfolding.
You
know,
probably
Wii
could. I
Sports-
suck at it.
Collision, serious
You
accident.
know how everyone's
or
like,
fatal
oh, Wii
accident,
Sports was so
filling the screen.
fun. Like everyone had a good time with Wii
Adding to the
Sports.
I
morbidity,
loved Wii
with each
Sports,
crash,
excuse me. You
the
better
race
not
would
hate on
reset.
it.
But the
No,
atmosphere
I'm
would
not
be
gonna hate on
slightly
like the
different each
whole
time,
of it, but nobody
evolving
talks
from
about the
bummer
boxing
to
game.
morose to
Oh
downright
yeah, I
haunted.
did play
That
that
shit was
The colors would become less
horrible
vibrant,
for my
the
body,
cloud was
man.
more
It
impressive,
so bad.
and the music would shift
Yeah,
from your typical
and like the
racing
controls were really
to something ripped
clunky,
straight
and
from a
like
horror
by the
movie.
time you're done with it, you're
No
fucking
doubt many
exhausted,
unsuspecting
and the
kids
next day you're
inserted their
sore
cords
because you
into the
played
cabin,
Wii Sports
perhaps expecting to play
boxing.
something similar to Crazy Taxi.
Because like
Left
everyone likes
feeling
to
like they've
focus on
purchased
like
a front row
bowling
ticket
or
or road
tennis.
safety
Nah,
PSA.
bro. Like
And we all know how creepy those can be.
I was boxing my
But here's
sister,
the
bro.
thing. Given that thrill
I like the
drives were
carnival
available
games
to
one.
play, and that all the
Oh
descriptions
yeah.
of it
I
sounded more
mostly
like a
played
creepypasta
bowling.
than an actual arcade game.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
played
favorite.
tennis
Who
mostly
played it in
versus
their
my
youth
sister,
began
and
to
then
question
sometimes we
whether
played
this
bowling.
supposedly lost piece of physical media
That was the
actually
best one for like a
unpictured.
lot of people.
An obscure ARG designed to draw people
Yeah.
in and creep them out.
Honestly, the game I played the
It
most
wouldn't
on
be the first
Wii,
time
other
that
than
game
Super
footage
Smash
was
Bros.
used in such a
Brawl,
project.
when I ended up
That
getting it.
90s PS1 N64 style.
So actually, I
was
never actually
particularly
owned it.
common
I
on
never
pixel
owned
projects,
Brawl.
given that it's much
But
easier
we
to
had a
replicate
family friend.
compared to
He was
modern
like, he's like my
graphics.
older
And
brother,
many games
basically.
from that era had a well, uncanny aura.
and
Let's put it like that.
He would stay with us
For
for like
example,
long periods of
Sagan
time.
Hawks recently dropped a video
He might be like
about his
trying to figure out where he's gonna
search
move
for a
next.
creepy
Or, like,
90s
he was in the
dinosaur
military, so sometimes he just
It's
kind
a
of fucked
fun,
around and
immersive
stayed with
watch.
us.
A true love letter
But he would
to
always bring like his
unpictured
Wii and
projects.
his computer and
But
stuff like
crucially,
that,
it
and he would
proves
like
that with
introduce me
enough
to new
dedication
games.
and talent, creative people can
And
produce
he
convincing
introduced me to
gameplay
Super Smash
footage
Bros.
to accompany
Brawl.
their narratives.
I just played through the entire campaign. That shit
Despite a
was
few
so fun.
name-emulated runs of Thrill Drop
But,
existing online, many people
after
aware of the
that,
game's supposed existence began to
because I was actually
question
in
whether
6th
they
grade,
were fake too.
I moved to my
Created by
mom's,
people
and
playing an
then
elaborate hoax on the
my
gaming
sister and I had a
community.
Wii there because my mom got
Indeed,
it for us
was
for
so hard to
Christmas or
track down
something.
that even those who had played it began to question
And then
themselves.
her boyfriend Dave, he's
Could
like
this
really
be an
into like
example of
edgy
a
stuff.
collective false memory?
He introduced me to
Perhaps a
Cowboy
new
Bebop
example
and
of the
stuff.
Mandela effect.
Oh yeah.
Well, those
But
concerns were put
he
to rest
bought
2
a
months
Resident
ago
Evil game.
when user Il Hedgehog made
And
this
it's Resident
post
Evil
on the
4,
r//creepy
which is like the best
gaming
one.
subreddit. So
But
this
it's on
is
the
a bit of
Wii,
a
so
historical
it's like-
curiosity.
You would
Oh,
think,
I
oh,
never
you
heard of until I
you
discovered
connected
it
a
last week.
nunchuck,
With a
and then maybe
Celtic
turn the
kids
other
club
side
and an
thing side by
off-season
side.
golf
You know,
resort
use
in
it like a
Australia.
regular controller or something.
Yeah.
No,
Is it creepy?
they went full in on the
Thrill Drop
Wii,
is a racing
and so you had
game
to aim
from
the fucking
1998
gun.
that sets you out on
with
the
the
busy
Wiimote.
streets with civilian traffic and
And that shit is hard. When you have like a
Asks you to
zombie
push the
running at
limits
you and you have to
and
like
lets you see
fucking
the consequences
maneuver
of
your
your actions.
remote with the sensor
If you
to
crash
shoot
too
it,
hard,
it
your
dude.
car is
That
obliterated.
shit was so
in
hard.
ways that
I
leave
used to
little
play
the
Call of Duty
imagination.
World at War on the Wii.
The screen
Like that.
That's so
and bold
funny.
red letters
Do you
spell
go to
out
struggle?
lethal accident. Gran Turismo.
I was
This is
trash
not
at it. I mean,
But
I
it's
wasn't
also
horrible,
Grand Theft Auto.
but
Team
I'm
goals
not
and
like
actively
a
discouraging bloodshed.
target switching god. or
It's somehow
something.
much more stressful,
Oh, yeah.
despite its lack of blood.
But like
Taking every
the
injury
thing
really
about,
seriously,
could you
and
move
counting
when
up
you
the cost of
aim
damage
in
you
Call of
cause
Duty?
in a sort of
on the Wii?
reverse high score mechanic.
Or
This
did you
might make
stand
it
still
sound like a
whenever
kind
you
of
aimed?
scoldy road safety ad, but it's not.
You can move.
It's actually super
Yeah,
creepy.
in Resident Evil 4,
This is
to
largely
my
due to an
memory,
interesting Silent Hill
my
vibe,
memory, you
where
cannot
each time
move
you
when
crash
you're aiming
fatally,
your gun.
the screen fades to black, and then you get to restart.
Can
But
you,
the weather
can you
has
move
become
your
grimmer
gun
and
in
darker.
Resident Evil 4 on non-Wii
Somber
versions?
and
I assume you
and it
can.
gets
I don't
worse each time.
remember.
I've actually never played Resident Evil
Eventually,
4
the
on
whole
another
world is a
console.
grey murk with occasional lightning flashes. It's heavy. Interestingly, the Blue Mountains where I found
think
this
you can,
campsite
though.
are also famous or notorious.
Maybe you
for their
could have
misty,
moved in
cloudy,
the Wii
and
one,
eerie
but
weather.
then maybe I was just
Maybe
too
it's just
stupid.
Playing this
hard.
and then walking out into the
Yeah.
multiple-day whiteout out
We are
added an
prepared.
extra dimension to the experience, as did the many crows and magpies in the area. The cabinet art gives you a really good sense of what to expect, vibes-wise. In terms of racing, I think it holds up. The handling is approachable, and makes driving fun, even for non-racing people like me. I wanted to keep playing even after I spent $20 Aussie on credits, and I'm a responsible adult. According to the Konami wiki, these are believed to be lost in the wild, so I thought I'd post it here in case anyone has questions about it. if you're ever at Fairmount Resort in the Blue Mountains, don't pass up the chance to give it a go, especially if the clouds
Oh
are
my god,
and the
I
mist
didn't know
is
they
deep
came out with
and
Prince of
thick.
Persia on the Wii.
So, there we have
Prince
it.
of Persia on the
Thrill Drive
way?
is confirmed to be both
Yeah,
real and
apparently they
still
had Prince
available
of
to
Persia on
play
the
in the
Wii.
outside world. Not exactly the
never knew
darkest thing I've ever covered on this channel, but
Yeah.
a fun little discovery nonetheless. One which, amidst all the grey and gloom of the game itself, gives many lost media enthusiasts hope. In El Hedgehog's words, it actually made me really happy, just knowing there must be so many other presumed lost games out there.
Oh my god, did you know that the first version of Resident Evil 4 that was being developed actually ended up being Devil May Cry? They converted it to Devil May Cry, and that's why they look so
Really?
similar? Yeah. That's crazy.
I was literally
This
just thinking
is
about
Danny.
playing Devil May
Say
Cry
hi,
5
Danny.
again.
If you've sent or
Yeah.
received a GIF in the past couple of months, you've probably seen her face pop up on your mobile device. Thing is, she only appeared recently, and yet seems to have paid everyone a welcome, or perhaps unwelcome visit in a short space of time, leaving many people wondering, who is this woman in these GIFs? Where do they
Okay,
come
so-
from? And why are they suddenly
I don't think you
everywhere?
could move on other consoles.
Let's try and get to the bottom of this one.
Yeah.
The main tool used to find and share GIFs is Giphy, the second largest search engine in the world in terms of total searches.
Okay.
It's what you use to find GIFs on WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and all the other main social networks really. This is Danny. Say hi, Danny. If you've sent or received a GIF in the past couple of months, you've probably seen her face pop up on your mobile device. Thing is, she only appeared recently, and yet seems to have paid everyone a welcome, or perhaps unwelcome visit in a short space of time, leaving many people
Wait,
wondering,
what's PN?
who is this woman in these
That's
GIFs?
kinda cool.
Where do they come from? And why are they suddenly
Wait,
everywhere?
this game looks sick as fuck.
Let's try and get to the bottom of this one. The main tool used to find and share GIFs is Giphy, the second largest search engine in the world in
Wait,
terms
why
of
have I
total
never heard of
searches.
this game? This game looks
It's
so
what you
cool.
use to find GIFs on WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and all the other main social networks really. So that's probably the best place to start our investigation.
Huh.
Heading over to Giphy.com, we can see that our mysterious friend is officially called Uncanny Danny, a fitting name. We can also see that her GIFs have racked up an impressive 1.8 billion views, confirming that she's not just being shared around by a small subculture of horror enthusiasts. Danny is indeed everywhere. Aside from that, there's little else to go on here. No links to her creators, no explanation about the purpose of the GIFs themselves, no information on why they were made, no backstory to the character, nothing really. So I dug a little deeper. I wanted to know how it was possible for a character with no known origin to consistently appear at the top of GIF searches. To figure that out, we need to know how Giphy's algorithm works. According to riseat7.com, when you upload a GIF to Giphy, you can add up to 10 hashtags to help people find it. Choosing relevant and commonly used tags will, logically, help your creation reach more people. GIFs with words typically rank higher than those without. It's clear that Danny's creator knew how to play the game, attaching her to commonly searched phrases in both English and Spanish. But simple searches like "go to sleep" and "I miss you" already have thousands of GIFs, and many more ordinary ones to choose from at that. The Uncanny Valley is something that appeals to me, and given the nature of this channel, probably most of you too, and we'd probably all send these as some sort of dark joke and see the funny side. But in my experience, the average person doesn't appreciate things like this. So why did Danny suddenly dominate in such oversaturated search markets when her competition was already well established, and frankly, far more normal? The mystery surrounding these GIFs has given rise to rumour and conspiracy. The more cynical believe that Danny's a marketing tool, a way to drum up interest for an upcoming TV show or movie. A quick Google search of Uncanny Danny did lead me to this gentleman, Danny Robbins, an English broadcaster who has a paranormal investigation show called Uncanny. The name links up, and his hair is kind of similar to our Danny's, sure, though aside from that, there isn't much connecting the two. He's male, she's female, and none of the GIFs reference his show in any way. Other people have started giving Danny the creepypasta treatment, labeling her GIFs as cursed images and optic hazards. Once you've set eyes on Danny, she'll come pay you a good night visit in the near
I'm
future.
gonna remember this boss
A
fight.
good 20% of the world is already doomed then. You lot included. Sorry guys. Finally, there are those who say that Danny is just a cool art project that caught on precisely because it's different, fun, and a little spooky. And having looked into her origin, I thankfully can confirm that to be the case. While chasing leads, I came across this Instagram post by Miss Gory FX. Somehow the Uncanny Danny section of Giphy has 1.5 billion views. I guess the uncertainty and the purgatory of the stale, unsettling backrooms is feeling oddly relevant. Model at Perry Human. Senior art / creative director at Parker S. Jackson. Hair and makeup artist at Miss Gory FX. Special thanks to the Giphy crew for bringing me on board for this one. Would you follow Danny into the backrooms? Eureka. This one post, made by the shoot's hair and makeup artist, gave us all of the information we've been searching for. The model playing our favourite backrooms entity is Laura Drummerick, aka Very Human, an actor and creative performer who's been in some interesting projects. The GIFs were commissioned by Giphy themselves and directed by California-based artist Parker S. Jackson. Checking out Mr. Jackson's Instagram page, I was pleasantly surprised to find some mind-blowing, blood-curdling artwork that he's created. Everything here is just such a treat. I'm particularly fond of Old Egbert here. Looking a bit deeper into Parker S. Jackson's work history, we can see that he was a concept artist for Jordan Peele's movie Nope, was the co-creator of the Found Footage Art Collective, and currently works as creative director at Giphy Studios. And that explains why the GIF was able to become so popular so quickly. So, Danny was the brainchild of a creative mind, and we can definitely say that her origin has been found. And still, her sudden prevalence has been a fun little anomaly, and it's nice seeing all the myths and backstories people have been sharing around about Danny's sudden infamy. And now that we know she's from the backrooms, hopefully we can get some more official, or maybe even unofficial lore. And if not, well, I'm sure many of us will be seeing Danny in our dreams later anyway. Why hello again, Lazy Legion. It has been a while, hasn't it? Apologies for the long break between this video and the last. I've not only been in the process of moving back to Japan, but honestly, I became a little
Resident Evil
disheartened
4 is
when
like
YouTube
one of the
decided
best
to hit a few of
designed
my videos
games
with
I've
that
ever
yellow
played.
dollar sign of doom for no
It
discernible
is
reason.
so well designed.
It'll be smooth sailing from here on out, I'm sure. Knock on wood.
I kind of miss old
Before
games.
the video
though.
ends, I'd like to say a huge thank you to my
Yeah, I mean, I
supporters
think
here
that's
on
why
YouTube
Souls
and over on
like are
Patreon,
so popular
especially my biggest
nowadays.
supporters.
Because
Old
it's
Dude
like
Morgan, George
if
Lopez,
old games
Polly
were
Lyons,
really
Modest
fucking hard
Bulbasaur,
just by like raw
Zach
difficulty.
Alana
It's like it
Ponce,
functioned a lot like an
Asia
older
Mina,
game, you know?
Ezreal Warakai, Chief Kochuake, Colin Monsma,
So it's like the
Enzo is a good boy,
original Dark Souls and
Farewell
stuff. I guess those
Tattoos,
are like
Jack
older
Seven,
games now,
Gina
but
Valera,
when they came out,
Grace
obviously they
Archie,
weren't. But
Hamish, Ian Belloc, Misty Blue,
Elden Ring still
Lord
pulls from a lot of
TNS
older
Mother,
games, I feel like.
Terry Ford,
I mean, Elden Ring is
Jesus,
basically just like
LJB,
Zelda, but
Itai Alon,
really
and
edgy.
Memphis 1988. Thank you
Like
guys
in my
so much
head,
for your
I haven't
continued
really
support.
like played the game, so
I've
Yeah.
not played the
I
game.
can't really, I can't be like an expert on it, obviously. But like in my head, that's just how I look at it.
Yeah.
Cause it's like Breath of the Wild, but like vicious. Cause like nowadays, I feel like most games do like they keep trying to make movies, like which can be fun sometimes. Like Cyberpunk. Like Cyberpunk is definitely one of those games where it's like, okay, you could have just like made an animated series. It probably would have been easier. You know, if your goal is just to tell a story, then why? I don't know. But then again, like games do add to the story. I don't know. It's modern games are kind of just like, oh, watch this cutscene for like 3 minutes.
I don't like
And
that
then-
open world is a huge thing now.
I think I prefer open world over like if I'm trying to think. I think I prefer, but I also like linear games. Not the worst thing ever. I think, yeah, I don't like that open world is like in every game, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
look at
sometimes
Devil
they.
May Cry. It's like,
Oh, is it open world?
I don't think
Or no, it's linear,
It's
right?
linear, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what I like, because it's simple, you know?
Yeah. And we definitely still need those games because there's definitely games I've played that like they just are making it open world purely for just advertising purposes, like marketing purposes.
Yeah.
It feels like the game probably shouldn't. I can't like name any off of memory, but I've definitely played them where it's like, oh, why is this game open world?
Like, GTA
Because-
is fun, right?
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
like,
Hey, Cyberpunk is actually a game that should not be open world in my opinion. Because, like, there's like no point in it being open world.
yeah.
Because you play the story and then there's nothing to fucking do for the rest of the game other than like try new builds out and stuff. So what was the point of making this giant world if there's like nothing to do in it?
Well, haven't they, that company always made, like, open world games, kind of?
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I've never played Witcher or anything, which is like their popular game series, like Witcher 3.
Yeah, I've
It's like the
never
biggest
played
game
it
they made.
either.
But so I can't really speak on like how they do their other games, but Cyberpunk, there's like literally fuck all to do. Like, I think if you're gonna make an open world game today, and you actually want to make like a really good replayable game, because the whole point of open world is that it's not linear and it's like theme parky where you can go and find random shit to explore and do. Something that I think they should start doing more, that I think Breath of the Wild doesn't really do it, but they have some times where it's like adjacent to this. Random events and shit.
Yeah.
Like, spawn some random shit in the world. Like, put something there that I haven't seen before. Or like, maybe if I play like a bunch of hours, I'll see over and over again. But yeah, like maybe my first like 50 hours on the game, I want to see some like random shit. You know. I feel like it's like something that they kind of don't do enough. It's just an easy way to like make the game better. Just have like a few things. It's like, oh well, if you go here in this biome at this time on this season or whatever, then like explore this cave, then a boss spawns or something. You know, like I guess like the fear is that you put a lot of development hours into something that is rarely seen or whatever, but you can make them less complex.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just do something like that.
Like, look at Skyrim. That's a fucking amazing game.
Do they have stuff like that? I've actually only played like 30 minutes of Skyrim.
I can't remember, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've never
well-
actually, like, gone out and completed it. But I have
Yeah.
put a decent amount of hours into it. I just like fucking around on the game, to be honest, because it's just fun to mess around on, you know?
Yeah, I mean something that Bethesda kind of pioneered, especially with Daggerfall, Oblivion, and Skyrim, is so one Daggerfall is like the biggest in-game world out of any game ever. Like,
Yeah.
if you actually mapped out the whole world, Daggerfall would have the biggest map, and most explorable areas and stuff. That's a DOS game, dude. Like that's crazy. But like what they did with like Oblivion and Skyrim and Morrowind as well. I forgot to mention that one. I always forget about that one. So those three games, they basically like pioneered this way of doing NPC AI. I forgot a lot of the details, but they have a lot of triggers and like routines and stuff like that. And you get like really cool like NPC like
Lore,
events
basically,
and
yeah.
lore. It's not even just lore. It's like, oh well, this NPC is scheduled to eat like I don't know 3 times a day or something. Or like maybe they have snacks too. And so they schedule that NPC to eat, and how their technology works is he has to eat at those times, and if he doesn't have food in his nearby vicinity, he will go and find food in the nearest place. And then sometimes what will happen is he'll steal from another NPC's stall. That NPC is coded in a way to have these events to react to stealing, whether it's the player or an NPC. And he'll get mad at that NPC for stealing his shit, and they'll kind of like go chase each other or something. They have like a lot of tiny things like that, where it's like very basic instructions, but when you pair them all together, it kind of makes this like ecosystem.
Yeah.
And they were like one of the first ones to do that. And still to this day, like you don't really see that. And the reason why is because it's really hard to like test, and a lot of bugs can happen. But they were really good at it. And so there's like cool shit that came out of the game where you had like random events on accident. Like random shit that the player could watch.
Yeah, like,
and, interact
running
with.
into an ogre and you just go flying in the sky when he hits you.
Yeah, I mean like good placement of like NPCs and introduction of new NPCs and stuff, like enemies. Something that Valheim did really well. Valheim, like the first time you see a troll in Valheim, you're like, holy shit, dude, that's crazy. Cause like, it's really cool. You go from, no, but it's pretty cheap. It's like a multiplayer. You can play it multiplayer. You can play it single player. It's like a survival game.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really fun. You're like a Viking or whatever. It's $20 right now. But this is probably the best time to buy it. Because when I bought it, they only had 4 biomes, or yeah, 4 biomes, and now they have 6. So they added 2 new biomes. And when they add a new biome, especially now, like Mistlands and Ashlands, they're like crazy. Like it's like almost like they've released Valheim 2 at this point. Like how much content they've added to the game and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like really cool when you because at the beginning of the game, you know, like most survival games, you're like shooting deer or like small NPCs, like just get like your basic materials. But then like almost immediately after that, you get like enough gear to go exploring into like the Black Forest, which is like a more the Dark Forest. I don't know what it's called. You like if you run into a troll, you basically run into a troll like, almost immediately after you get your basic stuff. So you have like this big whiplash effect where it's like, oh, I'm so used to deer and like tiny little goblin things, and all of a sudden there's this giant ass troll. Like holy shit.
Can you beat it with the star weapons?
Yeah, no, definitely. So it has rolling in the game, so you can like dodge and stuff.
Oh.
And you have like, iframes and all that. But for trolls, typically, like, I mean, how I've always done it is you just use a bow and arrow and you kite them. But it's still like pretty crazy because it's like this thing that will charge after you and shit, and like try to beat you with a big ass club. And they have like dungeons and stuff, like caves, and you go in the cave, you have no idea what's going to be in that cave, like they're randomly generated and stuff.
Okay.
And
I've got a question. You know how
Yeah.
they've always got like a club, and it's a bone club, and it's like as big as them, or it's a wooden club, right?
Mhm.
Where do they get the bone clubs from? Other ogres?
in this game,
No, in other games. Like some other games, it's like a bone club, right?
I mean, it can be a bone club. I mean, I think in this game they just use trees as their clubs, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like an actual, like, shaped club thing. I could be wrong, but from what I can
Imagine
remember,
how cool
I
that
think
would
it's
be if
tree.
it just like rips a tree out again around to fight you. If it loses its weapon.
That'd be pretty dope. I mean, they do that in well, I think they do that with one of the bosses in the Wukong game.
I want to try that game.
It's pretty cool. From the few clips I've seen.
Do you know what I think should be deleted though?
What?
De Nouveau.
What's that?
It's like an anti-piracy thing.
Oh.
But it makes like the FPS and shit worse.
Oh. Yeah, the DMR or whatever it's called.
Yeah, look up De Nouveau. DENUVO.
How does it work? Denuvo is a game protection anti-piracy technology. Unique authentication tokens. That is a unique token to each copy of the game based on a factor like the user's hardware. So like fingerprints, okay. Integrated DRM, making it difficult to circumvent. Hardware security. Mainstream hardware, machine learning. Uses game-agnostic machine learning to detect cheating. Oh, that's fucking lame. Wait, that's like really bad because that's costly, like in performance, like very costly.
Yeah, that's why I hate it.
Oh, they have a web-based application to see and act upon cheat detections. That's weird. I would not want them to have that. That just seems like a rat waiting to happen. And then, of course, kernel driver technology, because why not, you know?
What I typically do is buy the game and then run a like non-version of the game. Like it's the same game but it's got Denuvo deleted, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think if I was really into trying new games all the time, I'd probably crack more games, but I just don't play enough games. So like when I find something I want to play, I usually just buy it because it's like usually not expensive. It's like $20 or less. Because I don't play AAA games really, other than like the free ones. So
I mainly play multiplayer games, so
that too. So if it does cost money, it's like I have to buy it. I can't play it without buying it. Yo, Valheim's really fun. If you guys ever want to play, let me know. I'll host a server and shit. We could also do like the thing where if I'm online, you guys could play in my world and shit.
when I've got my money things sorted out, I'll definitely play with you.
That's really fun. Especially in a group. Something they do very well is they have like actual bosses.
Yeah.
So like Minecraft kind of added that like later on. But like the main progression of the game is through bosses. So you have to progress to the next stuff, next like gear or whatever, you have to kill the boss of like that biome or whatever.
Did you ever play Cube World?
I did. For like 2 seconds.
Oh.
Did I play this actually? Hold on. No, I played a different game. That was like also a voxel game.
Trove Mode?
There was one made by Jagex. It was like a PvP game though. Like a shooter. Yeah. Was it Ace of Spades? Really? Yeah, it was. It was Ace. Is this game even like running anymore? Yeah, this game was not very good.
Yeah.
Closure. What, in 2018? Or no? Oh, they released it as open source. Oh, no, they clarified in March 2019 that it would open up potential technical, legal, and licensing implications.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
What is good?
Nothing much. We're just talking about different games and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. Probably gonna go sleep soon because I woke up at like 12 a.m.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I went to bed at like 8 p.m. last night and I woke up at 12. Definitely need to get more sleep. Oh, they made like another voxel shooter called Block and Load. Why? Oh, the physics look kind of cool though. Cause looks kind of cool. Yeah, 14. Holy moly. Alexa, clear my notifications.
Okay, I'm like over flicking by a
Not gonna
lot.
stop.
Okay. Let's meet done aim training for today. Let me end stream real quick, 1 sec.